Well, hey there, hero. It's David H. Lawrence the 17th. I just got back from having lunch with a teacher and a friend and a peer and an awesome guy. You may have heard me talk about him earlier in the year. I took an accents class from him. His name is Jim Johnson, and he is a college professor at the University of Houston, and he's also the guy that teaches with my partner Dan O'Day the accent class. And I am fascinated with what people do to acquire the information that they teach. Now, here's what I mean by that. Like, I teach voiceover. I teach on-camera performance. And I've acquired that information not only from reading books and taking classes, but also doing the actual work every single day of my performing career. And that's how I gather that stuff. That's how I know that it's true. That's how I know that what I teach is effective. And so I'm always fascinated, like, how do plumbers find out what they do? How do they learn how to do those things? And what I found fascinating about Jim's story is that he does what I call primary data collection. And what I mean by that is he travels all around the world finding places that have different ways of using the English language, accents, dialects, etc. Most accent coaches do that, but he does it in a way that I think is really interesting. And he was telling me at lunch how he planned his trip through California. Here's what happened. Hey, you're not going to guess this. Guess who I'm having lunch with? Look at this man right here. Do you know who that is? That's Jim Johnson, everybody. And we're here at my favorite restaurant. Jim is here in Southern California. What are you doing here in Southern California?
Recording people's accents.
What an amazing thing to be doing on a trip. You showed me your maps. You actually don't go out there and see what's what. You plan this out, don't you?
Yeah, it's my anal retention that comes out in this, absolutely.
Show me what you got.
So basically I'll go through and I'll identify places where I can go, like libraries and welcome centers and things like that. And I'll identify them on Google Maps, and then I'll go through and I'll figure out all the different times that they're open, like what are their hours and the days of the week, as I'm figuring out my own travel plans, and then I map it out for where I'm going to head. And then, of course, I'm open to it changing as I go. A very strong possibility that this place is not going to be the place.
And you record these and then you edit them and use them in your course for accents.
Yeah.
How cool is this? I mean, seriously, right? So how long will you be in California?
Actually, just till Monday. I start heading out of California on Monday, so I'll have been here for 1 week is all.
Wow. And you do this all around the world, right?
Yeah.
It's great.
So I did it in London last summer, and New York last summer, and Pennsylvania, and all over the place.
And you really hated your food.
I did. Oh my God, it was so good. The get in my belly pork flake.
Yeah, exactly.
Amazing.
Jim Johnson, everybody. Jim is here for a while. I took his classes. They're awesome. So I just wanted to share that with you. And he also told me that he used to not drive his family crazy, but they learned to live with it. They would drive across state lines. And the moment they got across the state line, if there was a welcome center, he would go in and try and get them to talk with him, and so that he could record them and have them as samples. And then they'd turn around and go back across the state line, go to the other state and do the same thing. And his family got used to it. They were very kind about it, which is really cool. But what I love about Jim Johnson's story is that he has a performance background, stage for the most part, but he does work on film. He does work on mic. He uses Audacity. I didn't get that in the video. I didn't get that down in the video, but we talked about that as well. He uses Audacity because, again, it's voice work. It's all he needs. And he goes and he acquires the original recordings. That's his way of gathering the information that he needs to put together really great classes on accents and dialects. And he does them really well himself because, again, he eats his own dog food just like I do. It was just so lovely to have lunch with him. And he really thought that the pork belly bowl was good, as you saw. So, that's how Jim Johnson does it. That's how I do it. I think the most effective teachers, I don't know, maybe you have a comment on this. The most effective teachers in your life, what have they been people who were book learned? Have they been people who actually acted or performed? Or if you were a math teacher, were they a mathematician? Were they a scientist? Not that teachers who just simply learn a subject and then go teach it aren't good. I'm just sort of thinking about what the most effective teachers that I ever had were. And almost to a person, it's people who lived the life, who go out and do the thing that they're teaching. And so there you go. I just thought I'd share that with you because it was a great lunch, and now I'm going to go get on with the rest of my day. And I'd love it for you to go on and get the rest of your day. Leave me a comment if you'd like. If you want to get on my list, you can jump on the list at the bottom of the page. I'm David H. Lawrence the 17th. I thank you so much for watching, and I will talk to you tomorrow.